turn the shit on so people can use and plug shit up.
Assistant slacking.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, crap.
That tech guy we got is slacking. Yeah.
Alright.
Right. Am I on the Wi-Fi?
Huh?
Am I on the Wi-Fi?
I don't know. I'm trying to get our microphones to start recording. There we go.
I believe we on the Wi-Fi. Welcome to the Empty Tumbler Project. We recording yet? Got the mics on?
Yeah, we're recording. Fuck it.
Let's see. One way to find out. Let me turn my volume.
I don't care. This is gonna be a short one, anyways.
Let me turn my volume.
Nobody will miss it.
Let's see if we got it.
It's on Facebook. We're live. I'm just trying to get the audio version of it
Yeah.
for the people that listen online and don't have time to sit and look at us.
Yeah, we got audio though.
Oh, good.
I just checked it.
Welcome to the Empty Tumbler Project, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tony Carlisi, and I am accompanied with the ever so great Anthony Redmond once again for episode 55 of the Empty Tumbler Project.
What's been going on?
What's been going on?
I'll tell you what's been on my mind. These motherfuckers who are against destroying people who attack us. Listen, Iran. Y'all, I'm saying, you the size of New Jersey, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Only reason there's any hesitation is because of the allies they got.
Yeah.
Russia, China, North Korea, which they just a joke. North
Yeah.
Korea's a joke. And whoever else they got. You know what I mean? They're worried about, worlds taking sides and there's a World War III.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But you just can't attack an American embassy and think it's going to be all good.
Yeah.
That just ain't what you do.
Are you talking about the gentleman that Trump killed and then now Iran and
No,
all that places
I
are...
mean the dead asshole that Trump killed and now
The
it's
guy
fucking dead.
the general that Trump killed and Iran's pissed about it and everybody's all that shit. Well, let's first talk about the reason why they killed that dude.
Yeah, because you want to go or you want me to go?
Well, the reason that they killed that dude is because it was what's the fucking word? Strategically, it was one of the best moves to stop him from necessarily fucking up U.S. stuff.
Yeah, and
For the most part.
they legit fucking before they killed him, they legit attacked a U.S. embassy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if the embassy is in another part of the world. There's an Iranian embassy here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he attacked the U.S. Embassy, so that's waged a war against the United States.
Exactly.
That's our property.
That's an
You
act
don't
of
fuck
war.
with us, bro. Sorry.
That is an act of
Yeah,
war.
and I get it. But, and they say that it's such a heinous crime or whatever, and they just trying to pick fights and all that type of shit. But actually, when Obama was president, he did tons of drone strikes, and there was thousands of civilians dead. Right?
No.
Yes.
I don't know about the whole thousands of civilians. Like, people died.
Over time
that's
or
just-
whatever.
yeah, it
But
doesn't
anyways, Trump
That's
sent
irrelevant.
Trump sent a drone to kill him
Right.
at a wedding. Only 2 people died. The person they're trying to kill and 1 civilian. That's how accurate the drone strike was.
Nice.
At a wedding.
At a wedding.
At a fucking wedding.
We're married. Oh, and your grandpa's dead.
You get what I'm saying, though? I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah, like that's pinpoint accuracy.
So it's not necessarily he's being reckless and trying to kill people. He was trying to get that one dude, and he got that one
He
dude.
fucking got him.
It wasn't. He didn't blow up everybody else there.
Yeah. My point is, I don't care what's going on. I don't care if you're. I don't care what your political affiliation is. I don't care if you're leftist, rightist, Republican, Democrat, conservative, or liberal, because those are different. But it doesn't matter.
You're an American.
You're an American. If somebody attacks America, we fucking respond.
Exactly.
And I don't care if you're the leftist, Democrat, most save the world, everybody matters kind of guy or girl. It doesn't matter, bro.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what
look
I'm
at it like this. Trump's essentially our big daddy, so to speak. Now, hear me out. if you had a son,
Big Daddy,
Trump's Big Daddy Trump. You're damn right. Now, say you had a daughter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she flew to China, and she somehow met up with the emperor's son,
right?
And he raped her.
Then you gotta fuck him up.
You get what I'm saying? And you'd go over there and you'd fuck that dude. You don't give a fuck who it is, right?
Right.
So Trump's like, I don't care who he's affiliated with. He fucked with my kids. Now I'm gonna fuck you up.
That's just it.
And that's the best way to look at it.
You fucking with the family, okay?
Yeah.
We can have family infighting.
Yeah.
That's normal for every family.
All the bitching and moaning, but we got it the best in the world. We got it the best in the world. We're sitting here right now talking to people all over the world.
Bullshit.
And we're doing this because we're fun. Like, you're trying to wake up to go to work. I'm winding down from the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It just...
And we're produced online. Possible millions of billions of views if we were popular. But we only get like 1,000 per episode. Oh, yeah, we're up to like 1,000 per episode.
Hey, not bad.
Kicking
Fucking
ass.
get there.
Yeah, doing a little bit. We're up to 1,000 per episode. And that may not sound like a lot to a lot of people, but we were at like 11. So.
Yeah. That's literally 1,000% increase. Mm-hmm. But yeah, just like fucking, like, if you're American, support America. I don't want to see none of these. If any politicians is against defending America, if you know what I'm saying, we got our troops. They're going over there. We're protecting the world. We're the world police, basically. Yeah. And we're supposed to be safely within our embassy, not bother nobody. If somebody just comes out and kill you from some kind of military strike, you know what I'm saying? As a soldier, I would want somebody to respond.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Be like, listen, we wouldn't bother nobody. We was doing our thing. What we supposed to do over here, posted up saying, hey, it's American Embassy.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we're supposed to be diplomatic, and we're supposed to be getting along. And well, you got a piece of your country in my country. Now I got a piece of my country in your country, and we're just hanging out.
Yeah, everybody's getting along and doing their thing.
We can coexist. You know, if you attack, we're gonna fuck you up. That's
It's like your neighbor It's like your neighbor walking over and shitting on the hood of your Chevy or something.
Yeah, don't do that.
I mean, I don't care how Ford guy you are. Don't shit on my Chevy, bro.
Don't shit on my Chevy,
Don't
bro.
shit on my Chevy. It already looks bad enough sitting in the driveway.
I don't know. I mean,
I'm just gonna say.
When it comes to Ford, if you look at the emblem, you can see they circled the problem.
Chevy, like a rock. How far can you drive a fucking rock, Anthony?
Downhill? Pretty far. We're like glorified soapboxes.
Nice. Glorified soapboxes. Hell yeah.
But yeah, bro, just like, bro, don't get on TV. Don't get Nancy Pelosi shit. You know what I'm saying? I used to ignore that bitch because she's stupid anyway.
Nancy Pelosi.
I used to ignore her, but when you go on, when you going on TV and you got followers, like a lot of followers,
yeah,
and a lot of people that follow what you say, and what you say is just like gospel to them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? If you going out and you bashing anybody defending America against an attack, you need to sit the fuck down somewhere.
Yeah, go on with yourself.
Go on, carry yourself on somewhere.
Let me take your laptop. Let me take your cell phone. Let me take any kind of media device and
you need to go sit down.
Fuck up.
Now, on some real shit, like if you a politician with major followers and major this and major that, and you're talking down like, oh well, they did this and they did that, and you see this outside threat. Yeah, like I said, we got infighting. But when we get an outside threat, you take care of that outside threat. We can go back to infighting anytime. Yeah. As long as we're in peacetime, as long as we're okay, we can fight all we want with each other.
Yeah, well, we got to get along.
Exactly.
Well, it's like a house full of kids. You know what I mean?
Exactly. If somebody come out, man, don't do that. If you're not for America, like real talk, if you just for your own agenda, don't care what kind of division you're bringing, what kind of negativity you're bringing, and you're not even trying to come together during a possible wartime, you need to get the fuck out of office.
Yeah, or you need to get the fuck out of America. Bye. You don't appreciate what you got?
Go ahead. I ain't gonna go that far.
Big Daddy Trump just kicked that bitch right out the country. All right.
If you live here, go ahead, live here, do what you think. But you do not need to be a senator. You do not need to be.
Well, no. That flies for all Americans. Yeah. Like you said, we can do the inner fighting. We can we can bitch and moan, talk about politics and,
Blame this
you know,
person.
all that, blah, 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 you know,
Yeah.
bash people on the internet, shit like that. But when the house is about to get blown up and you have some ability to help make it not happen,
It's your responsibility.
it's all right, kids, turn off the fucking video games. Time to go to war. Let's go.
Exactly.
Fuck you. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
if you,
I was mad at you 5 minutes ago. Don't
yeah,
get mad.
let me finish this.
Go ahead.
And say Nancy Pelosi wants to sit down. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing this. Is wrong. All right. What would your dad do? Get the fuck out of the house.
Get out.
You ain't down. You ain't down to be part of the family. You ain't trying to help out around it.
Don't fucking stay with
Yeah, you're old. Get your ass on the other side of that border. There, swig your chits. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
That's my advice. I mean, really, just kick that bitch out. I think if you're against America, you should be kicked the fuck out.
Yeah.
When it comes to this kind of situation.
Exactly.
I mean, if you want to bitch because say Trump's a fucking fuckhead and all that shit, blah, 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 go ahead. That's fine. But when it's time for us all to stick together because we could lose our livelihood as we know it, shut the fuck up. Pull yourself up by your bootstrap. Get your AK, bitch. It's time to go to war. Let's go.
Exactly.
You ain't nobody sitting down. You're being waste right now. You're being waste. You're in the way.
Yeah, you can't
I'll shoot you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't do the infighting. Infighting. I think in another one of the things I hear a lot of people thinking about, you know, the whole Virginia militia thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, we're at war. This is the perfect time to such and such. I'm like, bro, that ain't what need to happen.
No. It's definitely not what need to happen. We don't need a civil war going on while there's a fucking world war going on.
Exactly. I'm like, bro, that is not what need to happen.
Yeah, well, they'll be shut down by the United States.
I'm like,
knock it the fuck off.
I'm like, yeah, hold up. You know, I ain't saying let go of your plight or whatever, but this shit need to get on hold.
Just fuck off.
Put it on hold.
Not even put it on hold. Get your ass and get the fuck out of the country. Because you're doing the same thing. You're taking your own agenda and you're not helping with the main fight. You're trying to start your own little fight.
Exactly.
And taking away from what could possibly be helping the main fight. So, out the country you go. Bye. Send your ass to Mexico.
He deported everybody.
I'll give a fuck less. This is the United States of America. And that first word explains it all. United. Period. Did your shit just fuck up too? Uh-oh. Oh, no. I know what happened.
What happened?
I got it. Go ahead. But, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, you gotta. It's all about working together, bro. You can't do it. My shit just died.
Is it working now? Can you hear me?
There we go.
There we go. It was there. I have to adjust that thing. It's it's almost time to start upgrading equipment.
Almost there.
It's almost there because this
it's
stuff.
Like it is literally united or die. Mm-hmm. That's just what it is.
That should be law. You can have all the freedoms that you enjoy in the United States, down to the fuck you and fuck this and you're a piece of shit and you're a xenophobia, you're a Nazi, you're a racist, you're da-da-da-da-da, all that shit. You can still have all that. But the first word explains it. United. We are a family.
When the fight outside fight happening,
yeah.
Then all right. I'm mad at you right now, but let's handle this shit.
You might as well be one of them.
Yeah,
that's trying to fuck with us because you're a spy. But like, put one in your head.
But that's what they banking on. They banking on the fact that we're so culturally divided on the inside that we're
not. No.
They're banking on the fact that that we'll be fighting on two fronts, fighting ourselves and fighting them.
Well, where they're fucked up is 9/11 was only 9 years ago.
Yeah.
And you remember the country during that time? 2020, 9 years ago.
No, it was
9/11.
2001.
Huh?
It's 2001.
2001.
18 years ago.
9/11 in 2001. Yeah, 18. I was thinking 9/11.
19 years ago.
I was taking the 11 away from 20. I'm like, damn, I'm smart as motherfucker. And then I just got it all wrong.
Yeah.
But anyways, it was only 20 years ago.
Right.
There's the people that experienced that. Was it 20 years ago?
Almost 20 years ago.
Almost 20
years ago. It'll be
18
years ago. On September this year. September 11th will be 19 years.
That's crazy. But anyways, we still remember we were dumb. Our brains weren't even fully functioning at that time.
Right.
Now we're all in our prime, And it's like, you think you'd have come, go fuck yourself, fat boy. And the people that have all the problems right now are the people that are in our age bracket. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, everybody remembers it. The people that are almost 20, about 18, 20, anybody over the age of 20 should remember 9/11.
I give them 26.
Okay, 26.
Yeah.
But that's a bunch of Americans that are in their prime.
Yeah, exactly.
That are just starting their prime or already in their prime. And it's like, yeah, we remember how that went. We remember how good we felt after the fact when we all pulled together.
Yeah.
And we all were like, bitch.
I seen that one that was like when they attacked, they wanted to change America. And they showed the street before the attack and then the street after the attack. And it wasn't destroyed. It was just a fuck ton of American flags on poles outside. And they said they wanted to change the face of America. Well, they did.
Yeah.
Not American flags, fuck ton of American flags. You know what I mean? That's what we do.
Yeah, and that's
how I need to be. I'm like, this is possible wartime, possible real armed conflict. It could be very, very major, and fighting in between us is just not the move right now.
No.
I don't care. I don't want to blame everything on the liberals or Democrats. I don't want to blame everything on the conservatives or Republicans because no one side got all the right answers.
No, not at all.
Not one.
So
we all.
Everybody needs to pitch in. You ain't willing to carry a gun. What can you do? Can you do laundry? Can you cook? Can you work at a mill? Can you work at a factory? Can you help build parts? What can you do? Let's get in there. Let's do it.
Somebody find me an ammunition factory or a gun factory, and I will put all the fucking M16 together you want.
Clink, 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 clink.
There's a gun. There's a gun. There's a gun.
Just smile like a faggot in a dick sucker. Fucking hey.
Oh, wow.
Sorry.
All right,
Sorry.
all right.
It happened again.
All right.
It happened again.
All right. 20,
I can see you doing
22 faggots and
with your
glory
love for guns, you just be like jerking them motherfuckers.
22 gay guys.
Hold on.
And 7 glory hoes.
There's a gun. Okay. Let's start again.
What you got left? 3 with the remainder of Brent.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Brent can't fit in the glory hole. That's why they all like Brent. Family Guy.
Oh, geez.
Family Guy.
Dude, I was actually talking about your love for guns. I really wasn't talking about faggots. It was just an analogy.
That was hilarious, though. I couldn't leave that out there. I had to take it. I had to take that in. That Family Guy joke was over.
Oh, geez,
I had to take it.
Yeah, man, nut up or shut up. Don't. If you're gonna be in this thing, you pay taxes. You got investments in this country.
Exactly.
So, I don't like watching my money go to waste. Even if it's just for that fact, and you don't necessarily like what's going on, you need to nut up or shut up. Man.
If there's no fucking
protect
country,
your investment.
If there's no country after it's all done, then you can't change anything. There's nothing left to change.
Yeah,
Yeah, the communists win. They're gonna come and be communists, be like me or die. That's what they do.
What are we gonna do? I mean, what are we gonna do?
Hang with it.
Fuck it.
We was going like me and a buddy of mine was going back and forth, and he was like, oh well, he's a super conservative guy, super. I'm like, bro, listen, I hear what you're saying, but only thing problem I find wrong with you that you're blaming everything the Democrats this, the liberals this, the left this, that. I said, listen, that's only that talk right there is division talk. You know what I mean? If you're talking this person the problem, this kind of thing is the problem, that's division talk. And division talk is what the enemy wants. Because if we can't get along with each other, they can just move all around and they can surround you. We're fighting on 2 fronts.
Yeah. And then we got to find out that we got the resources to do that.
Exactly.
But we have all the natural resources right fucking here.
Yeah, because we take everybody else's natural resources.
We already took your shit. What you gonna build that tank out of there, fag boy?
You had metal, but then we made cell phones out of it.
Yeah.
It just is what it is, man. Listen, they won't smoke. We want all the smoke.
Yeah.
I ain't but 33 and I almost died 3 times in my life, so I ain't scared to die.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You come to my house, I'm gonna shoot at you.
I'm gonna shoot at you.
That's just it. Me, my neighbors, my friends, and a lot of people I know, we're gonna shoot at you.
Yeah.
And what did it say? The American gun owner is the largest force, unnamed force on the planet.
Mm.
They say China's got the largest military, about 2.5 million. Right? This notarized military, and you know China, you can't have no guns.
Yeah.
That's the largest manned military on the planet. Is China. So that's nice and everything, but there's over 90 million gun owners in the U.S. alone.
Just pull it out. Just pull it out and shoot at something.
Yeah. They don't look like it. If they ain't talking English, dies.
I think we should have a fire your weapon day.
Oh, God, that'd be wonderful.
And just everybody in the entire United States.
At the same time.
At the same time. Point it at the ground, asshole.
Please point it at the ground.
We're not trying to have a 90 million bullet rain shower. All right?
I feel like...
Cling, 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 cling. Fuck!
That'd be such a united boom, we might shake California off them.
Yeah, fuck it. They don't have guns. A lot of the southern... As long as it's just the southern part. Fuck Hollywood. Fuck all that shit.
Oh,
let them go out. Our podcast will go up by a bunch of listeners because they got 20 million there, and every 5 of them own a podcast. Hey,
message tag it. He just hit me up asking when to expect it. Yeah, I gotta take my buddy to work. He's gonna bring here. We're gonna go to work.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, that was
America or die. That's what it is.
America would die, yeah.
No, America or die. It's easy.
Yeah, or fuck off.
Make your decision right now. Please, right now, make your decision. You're with America. If you're not with America,
hop on a plane, get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out or die.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just the way it is.
On the Empty Tumbler Project, ladies and gentlemen, we're threatening the world. Anyways.
It just is what it is.
It is what it is.
This shit's crazy. They moved the fucking legal age to everything in 21.
What do you think about that little 16-year-old girl that's, well, it says she's autistic. That's all about global warming. Have you heard of that?
Oh, what is her name? Greta, what is Greta's? The little, the environmentalist.
Yeah, and she's
little girl.
She's doing a no school protest or something like that. Stupid. I mean, fuck, she's got a shit ton of followers.
It's just retarded. You have listen. I'm gonna throw a disclaimer.
She's autistic, by the way.
I'm gonna throw a disclaimer. Throw a disclaimer out there.
So back that one up.
Just
don't go there. Please don't go there.
I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm not gonna go crazy. But I can see my face just like really.
You're like, I just said that.
Yeah, okay.
I'll back that up.
First of all, nothing against autism is something that can't be helped.
Well, and they say that they're too smart in one particular subject.
Yeah, they're just
to where they don't have the brain capacity to fuck with other shit. They don't have time to fuck with it.
Right.
So it makes them not be able to do that. But if you put them in a situation where they're using that one thing that they're fucking extraordinary at.
Fucking Rain Man. Yeah.
Like laying motherfuckers out.
I think this lady is saying what someone's telling her to say. The group that she's influences want to hear. And I think there's a small group of people, small group of environmentalists using her as a catalyst because people are listening to her.
Hey. It's a great way to get your message out there.
Yeah,
I guess.
This young kid, and if it's like a mob mentality is contagious.
Yeah.
So if they got all these people around her saying all this stuff, and she's influencing, she's seeing that she's getting popular, and people like what she's saying, then she's gonna really start to feel. If she's already started to feel what she's saying.
Yeah, but they say a lot of the autistic people can't necessarily feel.
I don't know about that.
Like they don't have.
I don't know enough about autism.
They don't have like the ability to
process emotions or something.
Well, process the fact that I'm doing great. I'm proud of myself.
Right.
You know, that type of thing, or have an ego.
Right.
Like they're so raw and they're so like if they're focused on one pack of cigarettes, not one pack of cigarettes. They're focused on something like this.
You're looking at a pack of cigarettes.
If they're focused on like one thing, they're not paying attention to the ashtray or the phone or nothing like that. All their energy, all their brain is going in this one thing, so
Right.
they're not necessarily able to talk correctly, or because their brain doesn't say, hey, this is important.
Right.
We need to learn how to do this. We need the typical body function, stuff like that. Or some kids, they're able to talk and walk and do all that type of stuff just fine.
Yeah.
But they don't have that ability to necessarily feel you all love me. You know what I mean? Or, that pride or the being conceited, shit like that.
Right.
So maybe she's actually doing it because she's like, this is wrong and this is what's going to happen. She figured something out that we just can't necessarily comprehend.
I can't take advice from an 11-year-old because I was an 11-year-old or 12-year-old.
She's 16.
I thought she was 11 when she first started.
Well, she's 16 now.
She's 16 now?
And that's 5 years.
Hey, bro, like, when you were 16, did you really have anything so important that adults really need to listen to you?
Well, but she's not talking to adults. She's talking to the age bracket between, some adults, but they're in their 20s.
When you were 16, did you really need to have the knowledge to tell a 20-year-old how to live? You don't even pay bills yet.
But due to her autism, that's all she can focus on. She doesn't worry about paying bills.
I don't even think it's her, though.
Thinking of doing all this other stuff.
I don't even think it's her. Like I said, I think it's a group of people who are older than her.
Yeah.
Maybe her parents' age. So maybe our age.
Well, she's learning. I mean, you learn from your peers.
Right. No, I think there's a group of people who have an environmentalist agenda, which is fine.
Yeah.
But they're trying to push it to the forefront like it's policy.
Like using her as a puppet?
Yeah, she's the catalyst to their message. That's
but yeah, okay. Let's back up a little bit. You said when you're 16, did anybody in their 20s or even 30s have
really need to listen to me?
Really, okay.
No.
You say that. And 9 times out of 10, 99,000 out of whatever the fuck.
Out of 10,000.
Out of 10,000. 999,000 out of 10,000 people, you'd be absolutely correct. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that same number of kids aren't having their doctorates at the age of 12.
That lady ain't got no doctorate.
No. But there are kids that are smart enough to obtain all the knowledge they need to obtain a doctorate by the age of 12.
But she's not that.
She could be that in the talking about the environmental, being that one kid that maybe this person I should listen to.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
A 16-year-old? No.
Well, but you would never say that a 12-year-old could be smarter than you. And if a 12-year-old has a doctorate, then you're probably fucking smarter than you.
No,
Definitely smarter than you.
No, I wouldn't say though. Like,
they can retain knowledge and they can distribute knowledge at a pace that you can't even do because of the fact that you don't have the training and the ability and gone through all the classes and done everything they did to learn this type of stuff.
That's book shit.
But they say book shit, that's environmental stuff. She could be pulling stuff from all sorts of different places, build her own equation, and it might work. Well, she could be a genius.
Why didn't they say she's a genius then? She's on TV enough. She's on everything enough to figure out whether she's a regular 16-year-old or a genius.
But she doesn't act like a regular 16-year-old.
She does.
No, she doesn't.
She acts like a regular 16-year-old that's got people around her pushing the stuff, and when she's pushing a certain agenda, her popularity rises. So when you're doing something that's getting you notarized, that's getting you praise, that's getting you all the attention that 16-year-olds want.
Yeah.
You're going to push it.
Yeah, you'd push it, but
she
does know what she's talking about.
She do what she do.
On a lot of spots.
I think the people who tell her what to say knows what they're talking about.
Well, then she's learning it, and she knows what she's talking about.
No, she just puppeted.
They don't give her a script. Then she's a damn good fucking actor.
You do yeah, because, bro,
you get what I'm saying? At 16.
Yeah, no, listen.
She's able to pull it off.
Listen. I know what you're saying. What I'm saying is that she been hammered into the same rhetoric for 5 years of her short life.
Yeah.
If not longer. Because she just got popular 5 years ago. So
I don't
she was
I
11.
don't think she was necessarily popular 5 years ago. I think she was getting brought out, and you're seeing all that stuff now because she's popular now. I don't necessarily think that she was popular when she was 11.
Oh, well, I think she first hit TV when she was 11. Because that was talking about 11-year-old kid. I remember seeing that.
Yeah, and it was an innocent, like, oh, that's cute type
Yeah,
thing.
but
It wasn't where she's at now.
Yeah, but like she was on the way up. But like, you've been hammered in this ever since you were a kid. You hammered this one subject over and over and over again, and bro, you ain't really got to know about it. You really got to know about it.
But if it's been hammered, you don't think she'd pick anything up?
Yeah, but like, is it like she did it for so long that it's become part of her now. It's part of her identity.
Okay.
So it takes that in and is like, okay, this is part of me now. So she genuinely feels these things.
Exactly.
But as for the depth of what she's talking about, I don't think she knows what she's talking about. She just saying what the group of environmentalists who going with it telling her to say.
Either way, it's working. So
yeah,
good for her. I mean,
yeah, I ain't mad at her, but you know, it's wartime, bitches.
it's wartime. I guarantee she'll be on the side.
Yeah, I hope so.
Because she wants to save her planet so bad. You definitely don't want a bunch of nuclear dust running around.
Yeah, but
so we need to do what we need to do to stop that from happening.
Yeah, that young lady is supposed to be a hardcore leftist, they say. And be like, come on, man.
But like you said, everybody's got to...
Everybody's got to take a little... All the tribes got to come together right now.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think about the 21-year-old everything? Tobacco, alcohol. You got to be 21 to get anything now. I think it's stupid.
Well, if that's the case, then they make it 21 to join the military.
Thank you. I was thinking the same thing. My old lady said she said something that I didn't.
So you
know.
literally stop sending kids to war.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, listen, if you're gonna have, you can join up in the military when you're 18. You should be able to get cigarettes or alcohol. If you do want to keep the whole 21 thing, I think there need to be a clause. Military ID can get you what you want.
Yeah, that'd work too.
Yeah, because if you can go die, you should be able to, and you can go die and try it as an adult when you're 18.
Mm-hmm.
You're legally an adult, so every crime you do goes on your adult record. You can join the military so you can go fight for your country.
Yeah.
You can do all these things. You can buy a house, you can get a loan. Everything is 18, you're legal. You can do all the adult things.
Yeah, but you can't necessarily buy a house at the age of 18. You can legally if you have the money, but you're not going to get the credit to buy a house at 18 years old.
Right, but you have the ability to do so at 18. And you can sign
if you had the money and stuff like that.
Legal contracts, all that stuff at 18. So if you can do all this adult activity as an 18-year-old, then you should be able to do all aspects of adult activity.
Yeah.
At 18.
Well, they should just legalize tobacco altogether.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Well, except for cigars. Cigars are cool. You know what I'm saying? I smoke a pack a day. I used to chew. I quit chewing. It's fucking addictive, man. And when you smoke, you can't necessarily picture your life without it. Especially if you've been doing it for 20 years. Yeah, it's fucking hard, dude. It's not easy.
What is like? I never understood that because obviously I don't have any type of addictive personality. I can put down damn near anything other than a sandwich.
Then it's just like that. It's just like that. You gotta. Well, it's just like it feels. And yes, you can quit smoking, and yes, I can quit smoking. But what it feels like is like, and no disrespect when I say this, you eat a lot. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So imagine you weren't able to eat, but you would still live, but you weren't able to eat anymore.
No.
Like, can you picture your life without food? That's what it feels like when you're smoking cigarettes.
That's what it feels like?
Yeah, that's what it feels like. It's just like I can't picture my life without it because I've had it for so long. I've had it for
years.
Yeah.
It's just part of its life now.
Yeah, it's life. It's not it's like I'm
crazy.
Definitely going to make sure I have pack smokes for tomorrow.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? That's just the part of the routine.
That's the logistics of okay, what got that?
I mean, it's not. I wish the shit would fucking go. My nephews chew all that shit. I'm like, dude, Fucking chew. You smoke. I know. Yeah, I know. It sucks. It's not cool. It's not.
I'm going off. See, I think the problem I got with it because I seen my old man smoke for. I think when he stopped I was a kid, so I was like my niece was born, so he stopped smoking 20 years ago.
Good for him.
And beforehand, he was smoking for over 20 years.
Yeah.
And then my niece was born, quit. So
Well,
I just seen a guy go from I'm a regular chain smoker and the smell of Marlboro Reds was just around the house. That's just pops us home, pops us here. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So and then done. I just seen him put it down. Didn't seem to. I'm pretty sure he had like the detox shit when you feel bad or something, but I just didn't see it.
Yeah.
So
well, like old boss used to work for John Kiker. He said he smoked 2 packs a day, all day for 30 years.
Yeah.
And then one day he went on a golf trip and they didn't smoke around him, like nobody smoked besides him on this trip.
Right.
And so he said he just threw him in the trash and hadn't smoked one since.
That's crazy. Like.
And he just quit. And he's like, I was fine.
See,
but it's just like man, I want that motivation just to be like, or not even necessarily the motivation, just the fuck
willpower.
This. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm fucking done with this shit. It's hard to pull up. I mean, it really is. I've quit smoking. Longest I've ever quit smoking in the past 20 years was 1 year.
How long you was done? You were done for a whole year?
Yeah.
And like, what made you pick it back up after a year? Like a year, your body like changes, right?
Yeah.
So
well, I was in the best shape of my life.
Yeah, like on a molecular scale, your body changes. It's gotta cause tobacco and stuff, it gets in your pores and
yeah.
your whole body.
Yeah, I was healthy. It was gone, but fuck, I just picked it back up.
How did it happen?
I got out of prison.
And that's just first.
I smoked a lot. I smoked. When I was in prison, I smoked, but it just came to a point that I was just like, nah, I'm done, and I quit.
Right.
I mean, there wasn't like I could just drive down to the store and get a pack of cigarettes if I wanted one.
Right.
There was trading, and you had to, and you weren't fucking supposed to be doing it. You didn't want to get caught. All that type of shit.
It just became a hassle.
Yeah, so it's just like, nah, fuck it, and I stopped.
What you go through?
I got
when
out.
You stopped?
Huh?
What did you go through? Like,
well, I was in prison, so I didn't really have, that wasn't anything on my mind, so I couldn't necessarily tell you. I was already in fucking prison. You know what I mean? It's like, this sucks. So it's like, how could life get any worse type thing?
How about you didn't get like, what they call it?
Yeah, you don't get no jitters or anything like that.
Drawbacks and stuff like that, or you really want it, or you're angry. Well, you're kind of angry anyway.
Yeah. But that's just my natural state.
Yeah, you just
you're like he's a fucking hulk up real quick, motherfucker. But nah, it stopped. And then when I got out of prison, I was like, man, I'm not gonna smoke, and I didn't smoke. I didn't even drink for a year when I got out of prison. Yeah, that wasn't hard. And I started smoking again.
Like, you don't know what happened. Like, you would just hang out with people and it was like, hey.
I was like, yeah, let me get one. And then I smoked one. I was like, all right, cool. And then
boom, you're a smoker again. Just like that.
Yeah, within 3 months.
That's crazy.
Full-blown smoker.
That's crazy. So
Light a pack a day.
A whole year.
Yeah.
Body's cleansed of tobacco.
I was in the best shape of my life.
Everything's
stacked. I got out of prison. I had 24-inch arms.
Man, you was fucking.
I was jacked.
Fucking Hogan.
I was fucking jacked. I took my shirt off, and we were at the lake, and a buddy of mine that hadn't seen me, he's like, "Fuck." I'm like, "What?" "Fuck, dude." I go, "What?" He goes, "You're fucking buff." I was like, but I didn't ever see it because
everybody else was jacked too.
Yeah, it's
you ain't got nothing else to do in prison.
Yeah, lift.
You lift.
Well, that was when I went to the boot camp system, and we damn ran 4 miles every morning. Went out there, did calisthenics PT, and then on work days we'd go out to up to the mountains and plant trees. And we're going down fucking shit like this.
Yeah.
And we get about 600 yards down. and we got to turn around and walk our ass back the fuck up.
Hell nah.
And dude, we got bumped. It was fun though, cause we were literally jumping off cliffs. Like you jump, and it was steep enough that you could jump and you could go down, but on your landing, you just land perfectly. It was weird.
That's crazy.
But yeah, it was. And we did that and fucking went and cleared trails, chainsaws, cutting wood, throwing wood, burning shit. Did that. Just
this shit sounds fantastic.
It was fantastic. It was fucking great. When I was in prison, that was one of the most proudest moments ever. Well, boot camp rather. That was one of the most proudest moments I ever had in my life. Like I felt fucking good. Like it was awesome. I mean, and we'd do fucking push-ups all through the fucking day. We'd just
was that like a requirement thing or just?
And we're eating good, 3 meals a day.
Y'all was doing?
Well, like it was boot camp, dude. It was like military.
For what purpose?
It was basically instead of to teach you how to be a killer, teach you how to not be a killer. Best way to say it.
Yeah, but like y'all wasn't killers. They didn't put you in maximum security because you did some crazy shit. I mean, you know.
Well, I mean, or be just do wrong shit. Be able to. A lot of people had addictions, stuff like that. Alcoholics, drug addicts, ex-meth heads.
Oh yeah, something has to fuck up.
You know that type of stuff. And I mean, we went through the whole 12-step program. We did the NA and AA. You know, we did all that shit.
Man, listen, if you're bad in California, just fucking go to prison.
No, that was in Oregon.
In Oregon? If you're bad in Oregon, just fucking go to prison.
Yeah, just go to. It was the best thing that's ever happened to me, to be honest with you.
On the real?
Yeah, because I'd either be dead or in prison for something a lot worse now.
Yeah.
If that would have never happened when it happened.
Best thing that happened to me is when I moved from where I was in the hood to the country. Moving to the country, away from everybody, where I couldn't just go out and it was just everything crazy was right there with me.
Start raising hell and doing all that type of stuff.
Just
yeah,
everything. To raise hell was in walking distance.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I went out to the country, and nothing was in walking distance.
You're like, damn.
I'm like, God.
And I ain't trying to walk that far.
If I
So.
want to go to the store, I got to go all the way to Beavers.
Wouldn't the Shell station be closer?
What you talking about? Down there at Cool Springs?
To your daddy's house?
Mm-mm.
Really?
Yeah, it's about the same distance.
Oh, no shit. I would
right
think
there, what's
it'd
it
be...
called? Swan Road? If you know what Swan Road is.
I would think the Shell... Well, no, you're right. It's right there in the... Because that's
right
where the
there.
cabin shop's at.
Yeah, right there in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, because either if you want to go to the store, you can either go to Beavers or you can go to the Shell station.
Yeah.
And it's all the same distance.
Damn. That's crazy.
And none of that is walking distance, especially for a fat guy. Hell no.
Well, maybe you should have. You'd be in here like all slim and trim, talking about your last GQ shoot. Fucking killing them, son. He's like fucking Phillip, killing them.
Phillip, the model we had on?
Yeah.
Dude was doing it.
Fucking killing them.
But shit, do you ever think about the circumstances that you were in when you were growing up? That maybe you should have ran with something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you would be a Mexican.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so you kind of ran with it, but you didn't run all the way with it. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I didn't run all the way with it. To be honest with you, as soon as I got out of prison, I should have picked up my rap career.
Oh, you should have. What you do? I thought you was rapping all the time.
I was rapping in prison and that type of stuff, and I was good, man. I was really fucking good. And then I went to prison, and I had my first single when I was 18.
Oh, you told me that.
Recorded and sent out and stuff, but this is before all the internet and before the internet was popular.
Yeah,
that
before
type
you
of
could
thing.
just throw it on.
Yeah,
Hey,
exactly.
I got a video. Well, look at it.
Yeah, and then I went to prison. I got out, but a lot of the part of me being a rapper was a part of the life that I kind of needed to try to walk away from,
right.
Type thing. And I walked away from it, but it's like, man, I should have done something. Like I look back at it now, like, man, I should have at least tried to just put out like my own little LP or something like that.
And try to push it.
Well, not even push it, just put it out there. Because nowadays it'd be old school shit that nobody ever fucking heard.
Oh, yeah.
And then just be like, boom, because then I'd play it on the damn podcast. I want to get that little single that I did and
play it. You know what the thing is? Like, 20 years from now, whatever you're thinking about doing now will be the same thing. Oh, I wish I would have. When
Well,
I was in my 30s, I wish I would have went ahead and ran with this. Like, this is it now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So it's like that's why this podcast exists. That's why that bike shop exists. Because I don't want to look back at this and go, "You was right fucking there, dude," and you didn't try.
You should have went ahead and fucking
and
ran with it.
That's where I'm getting with my damn. I need to start back up at comedy. I want to do 100 open mics this year.
100?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's once a month. That's one every 30. Now it's like one every 30 days.
That's not 100.
Wait, no. That's 10.
That's 12.
Wait, there's 365 days in a year.
Yeah,
So if I did 100.
It's in a month.
If I did 100.
Oh, okay.
Out of the 365 days in the year.
Let me see. How often would that be?
It'd be like every 30 days, wouldn't it?
Mm-mm.
Every 3 days?
Yeah.
Damn. Every 3.5 days? Maybe we'll try for 50. I can't write material that fast.
You just do it like once a week. But you ain't got to write like new material. I mean, like, you got a new audience. You can do the same material.
Fuck. I want to do it though. I want to do some stand-up comedy. I think it'd be fun as fuck. Just kind of get back into kicking ass and taking names.
Let's work out some logistics, cause I was actually thinking about that last night, and I had a pretty good bit, but unlike
did you write it down?
I didn't write it down.
And now you can't remember that
remember
motherfucker.
Nothing about it.
You're like, God damn it.
It was good. Oh, it was pretty fucking good. And now I'm just like at a loss.
Yeah.
What is going on? Oh, okay.
I got a baby whiskey. Seriously.
I think she's gonna give you some nuts too. You trying to give some nuts? She put some nuts on the table. Eat these nuts.
Eat these nuts.
Oh, shit, that's a little teddy bear.
Their birthday cake.
Fucking
Nice.
ass. Fucking ass.
Hey, babe, can you grab me that Coke out of the fridge, please? I know. I'm gonna make a. You poured it really strong. Good job.
Yo, bro, that's straight.
Yeah,
whiskey.
it's just all whiskey.
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
It's really strong, and yes, I can drink it,
That's
but I'm not
one
trying.
shot.
I'm not trying to get that. I told you.
No.
That's
my
one shot.
My shot and your shot, two different things.
Yeah.
So,
She pours bigger shots than
I'm
me.
trying
I
to
guess.
tell you, bro, that's straight liquor.
Thank you, bud.
But yeah, man.
This episode of the podcast is sponsored by CCS Motorsports for all your on-road and off-road needs.
And these nuts.
And these nuts.
If you can dream it, we can build it.
No problem.
She came through, and I'm not ashamed to say I put nuts in my mouth.
Good for you, bro.
They're delicious.
Oh, bless his heart.
Bless his heart, he put nuts in his mouth.
Actually, my wife and I have been talking about trying to. Her father gave us an acre of land, and
Dope.
we're trying to figure out if we can grow CBD on it.
CBD?
Yeah, that new crop that's going on.
Yeah.
That's in all the oils. Everybody knows what CBD is.
Yeah, CBD
right?
oils. Yeah.
And it's $250 for the license here,
Mm-hmm.
and fucking making money doing that shit, bro. Making
Right.
stupid money. There's these, on this past 2 weeks off I was just doing stuff around the house, and I swung down there to this greenery down the road, and the old man happened to be there. It'd been closed, but he was out there running his dog, and I was like, hey, I'd like to ask you some questions about some growing.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, well, what are you trying to grow? I said, cannabis, which is CBD.
Mm-hmm.
It's a form of cannabis. And he goes, you got a minute? 2 hours later, I walk out of there.
Fucking A.
I'm like, dude. He'd been growing for 30, 40 years. Not cannabis, but it just, vegetables, house plants, stuff like that. And he got both those greenhouses down there for sale. Like
Greenhouse?
$10,000. Yeah, you could probably fit, I don't know, 800 plants in it.
Holy
a small one.
shit.
Yeah. Big. It's huge. It's 100 by 40.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's fucking.
10 grand?
Yeah, but you gotta have a place to put it.
Right.
Because
But you're bigger.
well, he's selling the property, and he's selling the greenhouses.
Right.
So you can get it. You got to take it down and take it somewhere else, which is not that hard to do. But I say that to say this: the motivation behind all this is there's these couple ladies who went to Salem. They had 400 plants, and they had everything's legit, doing what they're supposed to do,
everything's
federally legit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they had a company come in and say, "We'll give you $500 a plant."
What?
Oh no, it gets better.
What?
We'll give you $500 a
Hold
plant.
on, we're about to do this math
Well,
right here.
but
Give me a second.
that's
I'm about to do it. Don't worry about it. Just give me
okay.
a
You
second.
do what you gotta do.
You say $500 a plant, and they had how many plants?
It's $200,000, dude.
40,
400 plants.
400.
$200,000.
Jeez.
No. It gets better. That plan fell through,
Oh, no, that's not good.
and that was pre-flower. Well, they took them into flower, and when they go in the flower, they double in size. They had another company came in and bought every single one of those plants for $1,200 a piece.
Hold on. 400 plants. Oh, we're going to do this math again.
That's $480,000 for
They bought it
about
for
4 months of work and a $20,000 investment.
They said $1,200 a piece for 400 plants.
Yeah.
Bro, that's a couple years work right there.
Yeah, I don't think you heard me. That's for 4 months work and a $20,000 investment.
Crazy.
4 months. You could do 3 crops a year and be a millionaire.
In a year. That's crazy. That's insane.
And it would get better every time because with the extra money, you could build on. You could have a hydroponic system that you're pushing out a crop every, I think it's 4 weeks, to where you have flower,
Hold
you
on,
have vegetation.
What the fuck is a hydroponic system?
A hydroponic system, it's based off of water. Instead of putting it in soil,
Yeah.
you put it in like rock. Like little clay cubes and stuff, or they put it in like cocoa, or you just put it in something that water can flow through easily.
Right.
And what happens is it fills up, and then it disperses, and then it fills up, and then it disperses with water, and that makes the roots grow.
That's crazy.
And then you just keep the nutrients in the water, so when it goes up, the plant gets all its nutrients that it needs, and then goes away. And then that way it gets air, and it just keeps going and going.
That's how you see them plants where it's just like they're sitting in the water and you see roots in the middle of the water.
That's hydroponics.
That's fucking crazy.
But with a hydroponic system, you can manipulate their growth cycle to where you're growing. You start these out at the beginning of the year, January, and the next ones you start out in February, and the next ones you start out in March, and then April,
May.
right? Okay,
Going.
that's 4, right? And then so in 4 months, the January one's going to be done, and 5 months, this one's going to be done, and then as you do one, you start another one the next month, to where it's just every 4 weeks, boom, boom, boom,
You kicking
boom,
out plants left
boom,
and right.
boom, boom. Even if you're selling them for $200 a piece,
They just
boom, boom,
Non-stop.
boom, boom, boom.
that's nonstop right there. Nonstop
every
money.
month. Yeah, what's 12 times? Hold on, let's do the math on this.
The math on
Okay, so you're pushing out a crop every month. Okay, so 400 plants times 200
$80,000.
times 12.
$960,000.
A year. Steady income.
Easy. Easy money.
A year.
You can't beat that shit. And all these niggas is doing. See,
You get what I'm saying?
listen, when I was in,
Like, damn.
what was that? What's the class they got when they teach you about growing shit? What is it called?
I don't know. Biology?
No. I went to North Iredale. North Iredale is a country ass school, and they had a plan.
Horticultural?
Horticulture.
FAA? FFA?
Yeah, the Future Farmers of America.
That's right.
Well, I was in horticulture, and while I was in horticulture, me and the teacher didn't get along. Matter of fact, I think I about fought that dude one time. I got kicked out of school. So that was during my,
So you're just damned from the
I
beginning.
was in my transitional stage from hood to regular person. And so like, if I could go back and talk to myself now, I'm like, yo, bro, man, calm the fuck down. You need to learn how to grow some shit because this shit.
When you hit 30, you're gonna need to learn how to grow some
you
shit.
need to know how to grow some shit, bro. It's like you never think that growing a plant could be so profitable.
Yeah, I've done a lot of things in my life. I've never grown plants, ever. I've never grown tomatoes. I've never grown cucumbers. I've never grown anything.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, I know how to learn all this shit. Man, I'm freaking out when this is doing this and this is doing this and all that type of stuff, or I would be freaking out. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I've just been studying and studying and studying and studying to where when that first, I think if we do it, we're only going to start out with like 50 plants.
And just see how it goes.
Yeah, exactly. Just
See
do
how
a
it
nice
come
little
up.
trial stage. Just
Right.
see if we can expand this, and if we can, and if we can make this money, then that would buy us our greenhouse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then that would get us to expand on this, and then that would get us to buy more property, and all that type of stuff.
Well, every spot was a little home, mom and pop business at first. Every business starts as
Well,
a mom and pop business. You know.
in the early 30s, hemp got shot out the door. We've already talked about it on a past podcast.
Yeah.
Hemp got illegalized. And when World War II started, they legalized it for World War II. It was mandatory that every farmer in the United States that grew a crop had to dedicate at least 1 to 2 acres to hemp.
What was the purpose of that?
Rope, paper, clothing,
You just could do so
plastic, storage containers,
much. You
fenders.
could do so much for it. With
Henry Ford built the first Model T body out of hemp.
Oh, it was a hemp body.
It was hemp.
Nice.
I mean, it replaces stuff, body armor, all that type of stuff. It's the perfect thing. So if people are growing it, I mean, there goes plastics, softer than cotton. You know what I'm saying? There goes plastics, papers, all that stuff. It takes you 5 months to get enough yield that it would take you 5 years to just grow trees when it comes to paper alone.
That's crazy. ETP CBD got a nice ring to it. I heard.
It does, doesn't it?
ETP. That's what
CBD.
What was that? Bevins?
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 Bevins? What's up, Bev?
That's crazy, bro.
You need to give us a call sometime. I want my CD.
You want
She has a copy of it.
Oh, it has a copy.
She has a copy of it.
Please send the copy of the CD.
She's probably
Bevins.
one of the last people in the world that has a copy of it.
Bevins, please
I made the
send.
thing and I don't even have a copy of it.
Please send the CD. We really want to hear it. Do you have a CD player?
Yeah, we got one in the sound system
Oh, okay.
upstairs.
Oh man,
I don't even have a
CD
disk drive. I don't even have a disk drive on my laptop.
CDs are out now.
Yeah, everything's Bluetooth.
It is autographed as well. Yeah, autographed. Listen to this guy. Ah! God. Oh man. What's the name? Bevins.
Yeah.
Bevins, if you're ever in North Carolina, please come to the Empty Tumbler Project.
Oh, she'd be an honorary guest.
Yeah, honorary.
She would be an honorary guest. I've known Bevins for over 20 years.
That's what's up.
Yeah, she's one of my best friends. Like, we grew up, we're like brother and sister type thing. We all hung out, yeah. We had our own little crew.
Autographed CD.
You damn right. And she always supported me.
That's what's up, man.
Like, she'd be the person that I'd try out new shit on, and she'd be like, well.
Yeah, that's great.
But then I'd
that
hit it,
sucks.
and she'd be like, that sounds good. You need to do that. Type thing. I mean, Bevins always had my back. Even when I was in prison, she had my back.
That's what's up.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
that's the girl right
You
there.
don't get real G's like that sometimes.
No. You don't get good friends like that sometimes.
Yeah. And Bevins, you're officially a gangster.
She's a bad mother. Shut your mouth.
Let me see. I am running short on time. We gotta cut it short. This episode, once again, this episode of the podcast.
We gotta cut it short. What the fuck are you
CC.
talking about?
I gotta go to work.
Dude.
Once again, this
We haven't even done an hour yet.
Nigga, we are 30 seconds from an hour.
No, we're not. We're...
Yeah, we are. 30 seconds from an hour.
That's right. Sorry, I did start recording it because this was seeming like it was going to be a good one. So I was like, and I did. I got the microphones on and all that stuff.
We got all that.
That's
so
why
all the audio's there.
Whenever I'm dodging you to go to the computer, I'm not typing somebody. I'm trying to make something work.
You're just like, this is. We still need the tech guy.
Still need a tech guy. I'd love to just sit here and not worry about it.
It would be wonderful.
Yeah, it would help a shit ton. Because then you can relax.
Anybody want an intern?
Anybody want an intern?
That's like the code word for free work.
Yeah.
Intern.
Pretty much. Sorry, bro. I will give you a percentage of the company if it ever shoots off.
Sounds like a good deal.
I mean, you're making an investment and learning to where if you learn a lot and this, for some odd reason, doesn't work out, you have the experience and you can possibly go to a different podcast.
Be like, yeah, what?
And be the next Jamie Vernon.
Yeah.
Making bank.
Just to be a tech guy.
Just to be a tech guy.
And look up stuff. Hey, look this up, Jamie. That's it, bro. You don't even gotta be smart. The internet's smart for you.
Look that shit up.
Look it up. Find the video.
And if it makes you feel better, we'll even call you Jamie.
I don't want.
Just to give you a motivational.
Give you something to shoot for.
That's got to be the tech guy, like that every tech guy wants to be.
You think so?
Yeah, for Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah, if
Jamie
you're like
Vernon,
a podcast tech guy,
Jamie, look that shit up.
he's your guy.
Yeah, that's the guy that I think that's like the shoot.
That is your idol.
You know. I follow him on Instagram. I can't text him. I don't know if he'll talk to me back.
He's like, who the fuck is this?
What if I meet him one day and he doesn't remember? It'd be so embarrassing. I don't know.
Fan people, fanboys, fangirls.
Who would you be a fanboy to?
Me?
Yeah. Who would you fanboy the fuck out?
I'm trying to think about it. Maybe Michael Jackson, but he's dead now, so.
What about... Oh, Prince is dead, too. What about that guy that sings the song that you sing at karaoke? I remember.
Oh, CeeLo Green?
Yeah, what if you met him?
Yeah.
Yeah. You wouldn't fanboy out? What if you met Snoop Dogg? Really?
Really, man? I don't know. They're just people to me.
Well, I get that.
Now, if Batman was real.
If Batman was real. Okay, so what if you met one of the actors that once played Batman?
Oh, like Christian Bale or Val Kilmer.
And who else?
George Clooney.
And
that's it.
Shit. Isn't there one more?
Val Kilmer, George Clooney, Christian Bale. The latest one.
Yeah. What's his name?
What's the new? He's an older actor.
He always did the show with a little short guy that everybody said always wrote all the scripts. He was in that movie about the angels with Fat
What's his name?
Fat Bob and Silent J or Silent
Jay and Silent Bob.
Jay and Silent Bob.
What is his name? Oh God, who's the new Batman? The new Batman. Oh, fuck it. We're gonna ask Jesus.
Okay.
It's killing me.
Who's the new Batman? Jesus.
Jesus. Who is the?
So you'd fanboy over him?
No.
Not him.
None of them.
What? Not even Val Kilmer.
Not even Val Kilmer.
Really? George Clooney. You wouldn't fanboy over George Clooney. If George Clooney walked in here, you couldn't tell me that you'd just be a little bit excited to fucking talk to him.
I'd be more excited that he's on my show.
Well, let me stop you right. This is my show. You're a co-host.
It doesn't matter. The fact that he's here, it's like that means okay.
This is our show. This is our show, Anthony. It's not all about you.
New Batman.
George Clooney walked in here, I'd be like, all right, and I agree.
Bro.
I agree. I wouldn't necessarily fanboy over him. Now, if I had somebody like, if Joe Rogan showed up and did the podcast,
I know you. I know you would definitely.
I would geek the fuck out. I'd be like, okay, you gotta calm down or something.
They said, who's the guy that used to be on the vampires and werewolf thing? What is it called? Vampire. The girls liked it a lot. Girls liked it. Vampire werewolf.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Fuck. What is it? Somebody's got to say something. Yeah. Maybe not.
What's his? What is his name? Who's the guy? He's supposed to be the new Batman, and if that happens, I'm just gonna give up on Batman.
No.
They say.
No. I know the movie you're talking about. I've seen every one of them.
You know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Ah, fuck. Fucking zombies.
No, it's just
No, not zombies.
Werewolves. And
Have you seen Zombieland 2?
I have not.
You need to.
Is it good?
It's fucking hilarious. It's fucking legit, dude. It's legit as fuck. They got a zombie called a Homer. It's fucking awesome. It's a Homer. And the zombie, when it runs at you, they're like, oh, it's a Homer. It just goes, duh, and usually gets itself killed.
Are you serious?
It's fucking awesome. It's fucking awesome, dude. I want to watch that movie right now. That movie's fucking awesome.
Hold on. What does a Homer do? Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you wouldn't fanboy over nobody.
Nah, I wouldn't.
I'd fanboy Joey Diaz if he showed up. Bill Burr. I probably wouldn't fanboy over Burt Kreischer or Tom Segura.
I can't think of anybody out fanboy.
Chris Rock. I'd fanboy a little bit.
Can't think of
I'm a huge fan. Eddie Murphy. Definitely a fanboy. If you don't fanboy, then we're not friends anymore. Eddie Murphy, dude. Fucking Eddie Murphy showed up here.
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy. Fucking Eddie
Glad to
Murphy.
see him, but I don't
Raw. Fucking delirious. He came back.
Leather purple leather suit.
Talking about, fuck you, motherfucker.
I don't know.
Suck my dick, motherfucker.
Who the
Fucking
fuck would I
motherfucker.
fanboy over?
Doesn't have to be a man.
No, because if it's not a man, it's not really a fanboy thing. It's like, it would be like, God, she's hot. And that's what's her name? Gal Gadot, who plays the new Wonder Woman. I would like. Oh God, yeah. It's just I had a small wit.
At a moment,
right
you're putting guns together right there.
Oh man. Oh,
Here's
man.
a gun. Here's a gun. Here's a gun. Here's a gun.
Leg shaking and shit. Yeah.
Give me more.
That wouldn't technically be like a fanboy thing. That would just be kind of a fantasy thing. So it's not the same. It would definitely have to be a man if I'm gonna be a fanboy. And I can't think of anybody.
Okay. Well, Anthony's just hard and he's not impressed by anybody. That's just his ego. It's okay.
Probably.
But this
You're
episode of the
probably right.
podcast is sponsored by CCS Motorsport.
For all your off-road needs. Hold on.
CCS Off-Road Motorsports.
I just had an epiphany, bro. Like, you're probably right. That is probably an ego thing.
You probably need to get your ego in check. With that, we love you, ladies and gentlemen.
I have an ego.
Sorry, motherfucker.
How the fuck when did I get an ego like that?
Damn.